I'm glad to welcome you to this platform this week on Inspirational Word for this week. And I will be talking on a topic that says, in time of distress, call on God before calling on men. In time of distress, call on God before calling on men. In Psalm 118, lines 5 to 9, the psalmist said, when I pressed, I cried to the Lord. He brought me into a spacious place. The Lord is with me, I will not be afraid. What can mere mortals do to me? The Lord is with me, is my helper. I look in triumph on my enemies. It is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in humans. It is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in princes. You know what? The world is in distress. Everywhere you go, you see people in distress. We have financial distress, we have mental distress, we have spiritual distress, we have moral distress. Marriages are crumbling, companies are closing down, people are losing their jobs, debts are piling up, governments are losing the compass of what to do. There is confusion all over the place. You want to imagine, where do we go? Who do we call? In this part that we read, the psalmist told us when he was in a situation of distress, who did he cry unto? He cried unto the Lord. Unto the Lord. Why? Because he knew, number one, God has the answer to the distress. Number two, the psalmist knew that those who want to even run to are in distress themselves. Like the story of a brother who came all the way from Ondo town to Lagos about 10 years ago in 2004. That was 12 years. He works an album. He was a musician. He borrowed the money towards an album. He couldn't get the money paid. So he came to Lagos to meet his brother. At that time, this GSM invention had not been prevalent in Nigeria. So he didn't call his brother before coming down. When he got to Lagos, only to meet that his brother has also lost his job. What about that? Even to give him the transport money back to Ondo became a problem to his brother, until somebody directed him to this place for assistance. What am I trying to say? Arms of flesh will fail you. Possibly, arms of flesh have failed you in the time past, but you have yet to learn your lesson. You are still looking up to somebody somewhere for help or for assistance. It may be a misplaced trust. I want you to do what the psalmist did by crying unto the Lord. Distress happens to everybody, but there are wrong responses to distress. Many people deny it. Many people keep on weeping in time of distress. Many people are approaching men first. Why there is nothing bad in going to people for help in time of distress. What I'm emphasizing to you today is that the very first point of call to you is God. Go to God first. Go to Him in prayers. Go to Him through His word. Lord, what should I do? He can even direct you to the right person. Instead of just exposing yourself unnecessarily, please, brother, I want to pay my child's school fees. And he say, sorry, I've not even paid my own children's school fees. Oh, auntie. Instead of just disgracing yourself and fooling around, go to God in prayers. He knows how to help you out of that stress. Instead of crying about, I want to tell you there is no distress without solution. What you need to do is to take practical steps to find solutions to them. Pick up few lessons in the process, because no distress will ever leave you the same. Like John Ron said, he said, anytime you fall down, make sure you pick something while getting up. What does that mean? Try to learn 1 or 2 lessons in any distress that come your way. There are divine promises to those who call on God. In Jeremiah chapter 33 verse 3, God said, call on me and I will answer you, and I will show you great and mighty things that you know not. Call on me. You see, when you call unto the Lord, He will answer you. The psalmist was giving a testimony in Psalm 77, line 2. He said, when I was in distress, I sought the Lord. At night, I stretched out my untiring hands, and I will not be comforted. What does that mean? When this psalmist had his own time of distress, he engaged in night vigils. This was not the time to be sleeping. You engage in vigil, in prayers, engage in vigil, in resourceful thinking, engage in vigil through researching. What can I do? What should I do? Not in futile thinking or in worrying. Don't forget, I've warned you about worrying before. So when you are not sleeping, it's not sleeping to be thinking anyhow. It's not sleeping to engage in prayers before God. Distress has its own benefits. What are some of the benefits in distress? Number 1, it gives you experience. It makes you to learn the art of patience. It gives you spiritual development. Distress reveals true identity of people in your life. Are you not surprised? It is when you have problem, you know who a true friend is. There is another that says, a friend in need is a friend indeed. So when you don't have problem, everybody will come swarming around you. You wouldn't know who is who. But when distress come calling, then you will know those who will stay and those who will stay away. So in time of distress, I want to encourage you to call on God before calling on men. And as you are calling on God, He will not disappoint you, in Jesus' name. I want you to pray and say, Lord, help me so that this present distress will not destroy my chest for living. I want to live joyfully. I want to live happily. But this distress is exacting upon me. Lord, give me the power to overcome it and come out victorious. May the Lord Almighty answer that your simple prayers. May, as you are calling on Him in the day of your distress, come to your rescue and give you your testimony. For in Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. God bless you.